Hello, Heidi Lynn from Harnessing Life here. Today I wanted to talk about self-care. What are the key aspects of self-care and what do those look like? So maybe some examples of those. Some things that I pay attention to in my own life for my own self-care are physical, emotional, mental, adventure, and grounding. And I'll kind of go through all of those. So for the physical, things like exercise, eating healthy, getting enough sleep. I know that can be really hard. I have 4 little kids, so I get it. Some days it just doesn't happen, and that's okay. You just keep going and do your best. But trying to make sure that you get that consistently is important for the most part. So the next one is emotional self-care. That's things like noticing and acknowledging your feelings, especially if you have children at home. This is important to notice and acknowledge their feelings and teach them how to notice and acknowledge their own feelings. If you are in an intimate relationship, noticing and acknowledging the spouse or significant other, their feelings, and working through that. Also, to breathe. There's breathing exercises that can help you if you're feeling angry. Feel that. It's okay. It's not a bad thing. It's normal, natural. Remember that. But you can learn ways to de-escalate yourself, and breathing is a great way to do that. Also, practicing mindfulness. There's a lot online about mindfulness, and mindfulness is very helpful in many different aspects of your life, especially with emotions and your brain, which is actually my next topic, mental self-care. Things that I consider under mental self-care for myself is saying no. If I'm just too busy and I really mentally cannot handle one more thing, I have to reserve my space and just say no. And it's okay. You can't do everything. You're not there to please everybody. Your job is to stay sane. And sometimes, in order to do that, we have to say no. Also, decluttering helps. Having a lot of things around you in your house or at work or whatever, wherever you are the most, it can cause a lot of stress. So decluttering is very helpful. Also, learning how to meditate. Sometimes I think meditation gets a bad rap. It's not necessarily what we see in the movies. I always think of the Lion King with the baboon or monkey or whatever he was, his hands out, and when he's talking to Simba, I think, is in the beginning. Anyways, I always think of that for meditation. But there's a lot of different ways to meditate, and there's a ton of information online, so look it up and maybe try some different things in your life that can really, really help. Another key aspect of self-care is adventure. Now, the reason I think this is important is because if you are afraid of change, then you're limiting yourself. This change is an important aspect of life because life does not stay stagnant. You are constantly changing. Things around you are constantly changing. And if you don't like change, then you need to dig a little deeper and look a little deeper, figure out why, and work to at least be comfortable with change. Now, some things that I like to think about are future goals and dreams, or things that are new that I would like to learn. Now, for those of you who are not comfortable with change, I really like change. That's me. But if you're not comfortable with change, you can start with something small, like finding a new restaurant to try, or going to your same old restaurant, but finding something new on the menu to try. And if you don't like it, it's okay. Try again. Try something else. Maybe, watch a new type of movie or read a new type of book or something. Find something that you might enjoy. If you like going outdoors, try a different type of exercise. Walking, maybe you walk, try running, or maybe you like to cycle, so maybe try rollerblading or something. I don't know. You have to come up with what's right for you, but getting used to change and learning new things can help rewire your brain and lower your stress levels, which is all what self-care is about. So that can be very good. The last but not least part of self-care that I like to pay attention to is grounding. Now I call it that because I feel like these things kind of bring me back to reality and get me out of my head. Sometimes we get stuck in this headspace that's not really reality. It's our reality, but it's not really reality. Some of those things are affirmations. Having some affirmations to say to yourself daily is good. Also, having a gratitude journal. Gratitude, when you have an attitude of gratitude, it brings you out of your head and into the world and helps you recognize what is around you and to be more present, which is important. Now, 2 bonus ones that I thought of, I do practice these, but they're not necessarily my focus. One was social. I try to unplug from social every now and then, social media. I limit my screen time. Cell phone use, I also try to limit up to a certain point. Obviously a lot of us have businesses or something that we run a lot online, so there's only so much you can limit, but it's important to kind of take a step back and give yourself some electronic free time and some social media free time. The other bonus is spiritual. I know some people don't resonate with this aspect of self-care, but the spiritual aspect, if you don't believe in God, doesn't have to be between you and God. It can be between you and nature or whatever your beliefs are. But some aspects of this can be going to church or prayer/meditation. Also, connecting with energy, with the people that are around you. Those can all be part of spiritual self-care. So, I hope you liked this video and I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next. Take care.